Well, hey guys, welcome to the very first ever, what we're calling Ignite Cast. And we just wanted to kind of kick off today and explain to you what the Ignite Cast is and why we're doing it. Most of you all know that we have shifted from a monthly simulcast model where whoever wants can jump in and engage at whatever level they want. And where lots of times Dan and me or Rodney, whoever else, are just talking heads, and we're shifting to a much more engaging model that will probably, in our opinion, will create more accountability and more actually seeing the behavior of making disciples who make disciples who make disciples. We actually beta tested a model like this with a group of about 5 guys and girls, ladies and men, and just to see how it was going to work. And we saw so much more engagement from the participants than we do in the monthly simulcast. And we think we saw a lot more disciple making fruit from a model like this. So what we're shifting to, as most of you know, is a small cohort based model. So we'll have multiple cohorts around the country with multiple cohort coaches that will be basically unpacking the content that we present on this platform that we call the Ignite Cast. So the hope and desire and strategy would be that you watch the Ignite Cast and process individually the information and think about it, and then you meet in your small cohorts with your cohort coach in groups of 3 to 5, 6 or 7 at the most, and unpack the information. But even more than that, apply it to your particular situation. And so it just seems like it's going to create much more participation, engagement, and hopefully disciple making fruit. So what we've done, we thought, and then we actually said to you that we were going to use our podcast platform as our content each month. But the more we thought about that, we felt like it wouldn't be fair to you, because when you're doing a podcast, you have to kind of start with square one for new listeners that start listening to the podcast. And so you're kind of perpetually stuck in a 101 course or 101 content. And this is going to allow us to only share the content with people who have the foundation already built of the Ignite language and the Ignite culture, and then allow you to dive a little bit deeper and get new insights as opposed to regurgitating old insights that you've had in the past. So hopefully this will work better for you, work better for us, and also just produce more disciplability and disciple making behaviors. So it is going to be a high level of accountability. So it's one of the things we've been talking about over the last year is we've been really, really good at producing disciple teachers who have really great content and can transfer that knowledge to other people. But we've been weaker than we would want to be in multiplying disciples in the actual living out the behaviors on a day-to-day basis. So that's why we're going to this model. We are putting our podcast on hold for a season. We'll pick it back up in a few months, but we really want to build the foundation of this new cohort model. So, Dan, any thoughts
Well, and if you're
before we move into our content today?
a cohort, we'd love for you just to contact myself or Kevin, Dan at ignitechurchnetwork.com, Kevin at ignitechurchnetwork.com, and let us know. We'd love to get you into one. But after a short season, this is going to be behind a platform wall, and it won't be available to people unless you're in a cohort. So first couple of times, we're making it a little more available to people in the network. We'd love to have that conversation with you about how to get you into a cohort.